Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. The organisers of the Caribbean Premier Showcase are back in Jamaica for a third staging. The initiative has been created to provide young, talented Caribbean players with the opportunity to gain scholarships from U.S. colleges and universities. And the players, both boys and girls, will be viewed by coaches from 18 colleges and universities. Here to tell us more is Showcase Coordinator Onike Samuels. Welcome to the SportsMax. So not for the first time. How satisfied are you with the growth of this project over the years?
I'm very pleased. We started the initiative on a small scale back in 2014, and it has grown now into 4 countries, Grenada, Trinidad, and last year, last year, 2024, we took it to Ireland, and obviously wasn't Caribbean athlete, but we organized and got all the coaches there, and it was a massive success. And this year, now on this scale, the third staging here in Jamaica, we're bringing coaches from universities in the U.S., but also European agencies and academies, are coming down to scout the young Jamaican talent, and hopefully this year will be a success, in comparison to last year.
Yeah. Well, we want to focus on the Caribbean aspect of this project, but you mentioned a first-time trip to Ireland for your project last year.
Right.
Ireland, obviously, is where Hal Grimson, the former Reggae Boys coach, is now head coach in Ireland. What briefly was that experience like, having left this side of the Atlantic?
It was good. It was a wonderful experience. We did a really good job in the showcase staging in Jamaica and Trinidad. They saw it, and the owner of Athlone Town wanted us to come and give some of the students that's a part of their club an opportunity to go to college in the U.S. In the U.S. it's done like no other, where you can collaborate athletics and academics at such a high level. So it was a massive success. It was a great experience for me as well. So this year, hopefully, we can do a really good job with the upcoming showcases.
Yeah. As it stands now, when does it start, and what are the numbers looking like? Because I see where you have like 18 scouts from U.S. colleges and universities having a look at scores of players.
Correct. So we have 18 bodies that are here, but we have a pool of probably 80-something coaches that's going to watch, because what we're going to do, we're going to record the event, and we're going to stream it and put it on YouTube and all of that.
So coaches not physically here
Exactly.
would still be exposed to the talent.
Exactly. And this year, for the first time, we're doing the women's leg separate. That's tomorrow morning. We have 3 coaches for that piece, and we're still going to record it as well and stream it. The last year, even though physically we didn't have a female coach, by the end of the female game, we had probably 10 offers, because again, MG Sport and Global, Buster Global, they did such a good job in recording, and the audio for the recording was really good. We send it to the network of coaches that we have, and coaches were able to watch and analyze and all of that.
Yeah, and where exactly will the scouts be looking at these players?
So the female showcase is at UE Field, and then Wednesday we're going to go to Stets, and then Thursday we're back at Captain Horace Burrell Field. Thursday, Friday we're off. Saturday we're taking the coaches to the All Manning Cup, All Da Costa Cup game, and I think that's at Jamaica College Field.
Yeah. Can you talk to us briefly, because a lot of, there are things that coaches, recruiting coaches, look for in players that sometimes the players who are being scouted may not actually be aware of some of the key things that will trigger a coach's interest. Could you outline some of those for us? Because a lot of people think that if they have skill and they can do a lot of stuff with the ball, that's enough to impress the coaches?
So, the easy things that coaches look for, immediately, obviously speed, football IQ, first touch, second touch, your awareness of the game. But the next level is to make sure that those skills are translated at the collegiate level. So we're looking for strength and leadership, right? Have to make sure that student athletes now have the leadership skills that when they come and be a part of the dressing room, they can motivate, they can inspire other student athletes as well. So it's not just, the pure technical and ability, but also the tactical ability, also the academical inclination is very, very important because a lot of these colleges that's coming down, they're NCAA Division I, Division II, where the prerequisites to enter those schools are minimum of 5 CXCs and 16 core courses. They have to pass that before they can be eligible to compete.
Yeah, I want to ask you something quickly about some of the other things that coaches look for. And I want to make the point here that what I'm about to say would more be in a professional football setup as opposed to a student athlete setup. So I guess there'll be variations and different prerequisites. Right. But I saw once where a coach made a point that when they're looking for players and recruiting players, the first 10 minutes of looking at those players would be the most important parts, because a lot of players at the outset want to play safe. They want to do the safest things because they're afraid to make mistakes. But there was a view that coaches actually looked for the players who were brave and wanted to try things, wanted to try the visionary things on the field that may not be so safe, but it told them immediately that these are brave players and not afraid to take risks. Now, I'm saying that as reading something from a coach who was looking for players to get into a professional setup, and that had nothing to do with academics. But is that something that makes sense to you?
Yes and no, all right? Because, so what we're trying to do at this showcase is we want when a coach comes, they'll have 3 days to view a player. And we want to make sure they have enough information about that player, because they're making a massive financial investment yes. to get the player from point A to point B. So throughout, for example, let me walk you through a day, let's say Wednesday. Each player will have an opportunity to play 2 full games. And then if the coaches like what they saw, then they'll get picked for the last game against the All DaCosta Cup team. So a coach will see, let's say, a particular student at least 3 separate occasions throughout yes. the day. The All DaCosta Cup team and the All Mining Cup teams, they'll play again on Saturday. So coaches will have more than enough opportunity to see and analyze because, we all understand when you're young and when you're emotional and when you're playing, and then now your future depends on it. We're all human beings. So the first 10 minutes, 20 minutes is not ideal replicating what a true student athlete or a true athlete is.
Yes, yes.
So as they play and relax a little bit, then you'll get the best out of them. So the answer, yes and no. For me, yes, you can see some things, but as a player get more comfortable in their playing style and in the system. But one more thing I want to add, it is a showcase. So a player is playing with with athlete that they're not accustomed to. Right, so that's one thing yes. that we have to think about, yes. right? So they actually do need time. Now, if a coach is coming and watching, let's say, I'm going to call it just a random high school team, let's say Glenmuir or Stead, then the player is more comfortable because they're playing amongst their teammates. Yes. But in a showcase style, they don't have that comfortability so early, so they need time. So we already thought of that, and we're making sure that students get enough time throughout the day to perform.
Yeah, we're out of time, so there isn't much more that we can discuss. But I just want you to give me a quick comment about the talent that you had seen in the showcase projects that you had run outside of Jamaica and Ireland in the rest of the Caribbean? Good talent, because we think that in the Caribbean there are a lot of talented footballers right through the region.
So, the unique thing about the Caribbean Premier Showcase is the fact that we try to align ourselves with getting the best talent, right? For example, we're working with Issa, who obviously the head coaches hand select the All the Casa Cup team, the All Money Cup teams, and these are supposed to be the best, let's say 44 kids that are part of the Dakar Cup and Money Cup, right? So that's one way to select the talents, right? And in Grenada, it's something similar, where we work with the FA, and they'll send their under 17, under 20, and U teams to the showcase. Similar setup in Trinidad.
and Tobago.
In Ireland, we work with clubs there because the system is a little bit different from the Caribbean. So we work with the clubs, and they're able to send some of their best talents and all of that. So we align ourselves with the right entities and parties to make sure that once you come to the showcase, you will see talent. Last year, we did not have any coach that did not submit a request for a player.
Yeah.
Every coach saw somebody that they like, and they wanted
Last year?
Last year.
Okay.
2024.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Onika, great having you discuss this on the show. Great to have you on, not for the first time, but this is a project that's growing, and a great opportunity here for teenagers in the Caribbean to be seen by scouts, to give themselves really strong opportunities to develop their skills, both academically and on the football field as well. We go to break. Back with more on the SportsMax Zone after this.